Everyone, thank you for joining this morning. It's another cold one here in Indianapolis. I don't have my buddies this morning. My little vidcast buddies aren't here because they're still fast asleep. It's been a really calm morning already, so it's fitting for what we're talking about today. But my name is Brittany. I am Pastor Jay's daughter, and this is the last time I'm going to be doing the vidcast for him. He will be back on Monday. I've had so much fun doing this is my fourth one, and we are excited to have Pastor Jay back and have his wisdom back, but it's been really fun to do this and just to share a little bit of my heart. I think I said this in one of the other ones. We used to be youth pastors, and I got to do that all the time, but now that I'm not, I don't really get a setting like this to share, so it's been really fun. But right now I'm on maternity leave, and it's been so nice because I just get to relax and, having a newborn baby isn't always relaxing, but it is really like you don't have a newborn baby plus trying to go to work and the hustle and bustle of everyday life. You kind of get to go at your own time and schedule. If I want to get up and go somewhere, I do. If I don't, I don't. And it's been really nice because something to know about me is I absolutely hate being rushed. I hate being in a hurry. I would just as soon die. I hate it. It sets my whole day off. I feel like if I start the morning in a hurry, then I can never just get in a rhythm for the rest of the day. So even though I'm not a morning person by nature, I try to make myself be because I like having my mornings to myself and to spend time with the boys and Dustin before I have to get up and get ready for work. And even then, I try to give myself a lot of time. So I think the thing I'm dreading the most about going back to work is that hustle and bustle of just like having to get up in the mornings and go, getting 3 kids ready and, everybody where they're supposed to be. So something I've been reading, which when you're a mom of 3, reading is a loose term. I mean, I've been reading this book. It's called The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry by John Mark Comer. I've been reading it for about 1.5 years. So when I say reading, I mean loosely reading. I'm really taking it seriously. I'm not in a hurry to read this book. I'm taking what he's saying seriously, and I'm just applying it by not reading this book in a hurry. But it's called The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. And it is gold for me because for somebody who doesn't like to hurry, I want to do whatever I can to eliminate hurry in my life. But I think this is so good for our culture. This book is so timely. I don't know when he wrote it, but I would encourage you to get it because we could all use a little less distraction and hurry in our lives. He says in his book, I'm gonna take a lot from his book today because it's just been so good for me, and I'm really trying to apply it before I go back to work so I can not have that feeling of just hurry all the time. It's hurry that is the great enemy of spiritual life, and I think that's so true for somebody who used to be in a hurry a lot, and I'm proclaiming that I'm not going to be moving forward. It's like you just feel like you didn't get time with God. You aren't focused on all the things that God is asking you to be focused on because you're just so focused on getting to where you need to be. So I'm so serious about getting rid of hurry in my life that we've even stopped saying it with our kids. Like, I don't say hurry up or hurry, go get this, hurry, because I don't want them to feel that anxiety when it comes to just always having to rush. And so there's some biblical principle behind this. It's not just a nice idea. I'm going to go through some of the practical ways that we can eliminate hurry in our lives so we can really have such a fulfilling spiritual life, and we can slow down and pay attention to things that matter, and then eliminate the things that don't in our lives. 1 Thessalonians 4:10-11 says, "We urge you, brothers and sisters, to make it your ambition to lead a quiet life." I was talking to my husband about this last night, and I was telling him how it's actually our culture is the opposite. We try to live so loud and proud, and we want to be these influencers who tell you everything that we're doing in our lives and the products that have made a difference or the things we're doing, and we try to live so out in the open. But the Bible contradicts that so much in this verse. It says, "We urge you, brothers and sisters, to make it your ambition to lead a quiet life." So that means that you're just living life in a way that just pleases the Lord and calms down, settles down. You can rest in knowing that the whole world doesn't need to know what you're up to. And that is such a beautiful thing, is just knowing that I can live my life quietly and I can be really successful in my life and not have to share it with everyone. Not saying that I am, but like, you can be successful in your life and not have to share it with the world. And there's something so beautiful in that, is just living that quiet life. And Paul said that. He was writing to the church of Thessalonica, I think. I'm not a Bible scholar, but he was writing to a church, and he was telling them to live a quiet life because there's just something so beautiful and peaceful about that. In Matthew 11:28-30, it says, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." I think that's one of my all-time favorite verses because it's just so refreshing. And when I read it, I read it as if God is just speaking that over me, is come to me if you're weary. I'm getting emotional, but God wants you to just come to him, the people who are hurting and who are weary and tired. And I'm a mom of 3, so I am tired a lot. And God just wants you to rest in him and stop hurrying and start slowing down and just bring your burdens to him and take on his yoke. Because it's easy. So many times the things that we have to do, we're trying to do on our own, and it feels hard, it feels impossible sometimes. And God is just saying, come to me, rest in me, know that I have it under control. You don't have to do this on your own. You don't have to worry. And I will give you rest. I will give you peace. And I think that is so beautiful. That verse just is so beautiful to me. Psalms 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." And I think it's easy to just not be still. And whatever season of life you are in. I was talking to a mom who all of her kids are raised, and she said, "I feel like I'm busier now more than ever." She's like, "My kids are all in different places, so we're going to them, and I have grandkids now." And as a mom of really little kids, I can dream of the day when I'm not so busy and I'm not so just in a rush. And I think that day might not come if I don't learn these principles and learn to do it now, even in this busy season, because who's to say the next isn't going to be even more busy or have its own challenges. I think sometimes we can think, well, next week won't be so busy. Next week will slow down. I think my husband and I say that to each other all the time. This week is just a crazy week. Next week will be better. And then we look at our calendars and we're like, No, next week is even more crazy. We just have to learn the art of slowing down. Um, he talks a lot in his book about things that are making us feel rushed and hurried and busy, that we don't even need, like our cell phones. Cell phones is a huge part of what he talks about, and just like things that, even your social media use or whatever it might be, he talks about it, about eliminating it. He gives actually 10 really, really practical examples that I want to talk about. So these are some ways that we can eliminate hurry in our lives, and then go back to the Matthew 11:28 verse of just resting in God. So first we have to do these, and then we can find rest in him, because who knows, if you're not making decisions to eliminate some of the things that are distracting you from your walk with God, then you're never going to get to a place where you can feel the peace of God and the rest of God. So number one, he says, drive the speed limit. So what does that mean? Wake up on time so you can drive the speed limit to work, so you're not 5-10 minutes late. I know the only reason that I would speed is because I'm running late to something. So that means we have to plan our morning a lot better, have better time management, so we don't have to speed to work. Get in the slow lane. That's so simple, but like so profound at the same time. Is like when I'm in the fast lane, I'm like going. But if I just move over a few lanes, it's kind of nice in those lanes, not everybody's speeding. You see the older people next to you. You're not just like going. Number 3 is come to a full stop at a stop sign. Why do I love that the first 3 of these are all about driving? Because I think for me, that's where a lot of my hurry comes from, is when I'm in the car just rushing. The next one is don't text and drive. I am an insurance agent, so I definitely agree with this one. Don't text and drive. A lot of things can go wrong, but also I've done it. So I'm admitting to you accountability. Texting and driving gives you a lot of anxiety, because you're like, I could crash this car, but also like, what am I even saying on this cell phone right now? Number 5 is show up 10 minutes early for an appointment. I love that one, because when you're early, it just puts you in a better mood. You just feel better about yourself, and people take you more seriously when you're early to stuff. When I'm walking in to work at the same time that my appointment is getting there, it just looks bad. If I'm walking into church 10 minutes late, 15 minutes late, and worship has already started, it looks bad. And then you're not fully present because you're just so rushed. Get in the longest checkout line at the grocery store. Love that one. Turn your smartphone into a dumb phone. This one's so good. Get a flip phone or ditch your cell phone altogether. Now, some of you can't do that. Some of us can't do that, where we can't just ditch our phones. But I love the idea of getting a flip phone. I actually know a young adult guy who did that, and I just admire him so much, because nowadays so many people are just attached to their phones, but he did it, and I bet he lives a more free life and just a more slowed down life. Put your phone to bed before you make it. Wait. Put your phone to bed before you and make it sleep in. So that means you're putting it away. You're not looking at it first thing in the morning. The next one is keep your phone off until after your morning quiet time. The rule in our house is in the mornings we don't bring our phones down. I don't. So if you're texting me early in the morning and I'm not responding, it's because I look at my phone for the time in the morning, and then I come down and I spend time with my kids. I spend time with God. I am very, that is something that I'm very passionate about, is making sure my kids know my phone isn't the most important thing, that they are, that God is, that my husband is, because your phone, if you're looking at your phone all the time, then your family or whoever you're with thinks whatever is on that phone is more important than them. And I don't want to give that I don't want to communicate that to anyone. I want everyone that I'm with to know that they are valuable to me. I can look at my phone later. So if you're trying to get a hold of me, my emergency contact is my husband, because there's sometimes where I leave my phone in my room. But anyways, this is just some practical advice. It's something that I am constantly trying to get better at, because I am not great at this right now, so I'm learning these lessons. But when I read those practical tips, I was like, I'm gonna share those because they've been good. They're good for me to learn too. And hopefully I finish this book before maternity leave, but we'll see. I'm not guaranteeing that. But I have had so much fun doing this, you guys. Thank you for having me. Thank you for watching, if you are. And Pastor Jay, I'm sure, is chomping at the bits to get back and talk to his people and love on you guys. But it's been so fun, and I appreciate you listening. And as Pastor Jay always says, make today count, because you're better than yesterday, but not near as good as tomorrow. We love you guys. Have a great Friday, great weekend. Enjoy it. And remember, don't hurry. Just rest. Take a mini vacation if you can, even if that's 10, 15 minutes, getting away and just breathing and taking in that verse in Matthew 11:28 through 30, resting in God. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.